What's going on? What's going on? Just realized I had my mic muted. Man, such a good game. Love the art style. Love everything about it. Really good bullet hell shooter if you haven't played. So, let's see. All right. All right. Okay, that's what's up. Let's go. All right. All right. Let me go to game really quick. I'm going to go to the main menu really quick. So, to kind of give you a general gist of why you should kind of play this game, I'm going to go to one of my later save files so you can kind of see some of the game in action from there. What's up, RGT? How you doing today? Yeah, got some lightning. There we go. All right. Oh no, it's got boomerang effect. All right, let's see. Mowing them down. Yeah, so the game today, RGT, is called The Night Witch. This is a game that's a bullet hell shooter with a little bit of floating, kind of like that floating witch mechanic, I guess you could say. It's almost like kind of like Resogun meets like a witchy kind of supernatural vibe. The art style is absolutely gorgeous, so I really enjoy that. Let's see. All right. Got them. Ah, really's got some challenge to it though. Let's see. All right, let's go. Got him. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, can't get to those guys right now. All right, got him, got him, got him. No! Ah, I'm getting very close. All right. Let me go to the shop. I'm gonna buy some armor real quick. Oh, that one looks nice. All right, let's see. Yeah, that art style is absolutely gorgeous. So, interesting thing about the art style is like all this, I had an interview with a developer on the single player experience podcast, and the developer basically laid it all out that all the art style, like all the art in this game was actually done by hand. So, I was really impressed by that. The studio, super mega awesome team really did a phenomenal job with the art in this game. I admit, like, the gameplay is probably not going to be for everybody, especially it being like a bullet hell shooter mixed in with like RPG and card building and like elements, but like everything else about it is like absolutely A1. It's almost like a storybook come to life sort of vibe, and I sort of love that atmosphere of it. Oh damn. But yeah, like I said though, it's for sure got some meat on its bones though. It can be a challenging experience. Let's see. I'm gonna do that. And then the way I was talking about earlier, it being a like card deck building game. So like the game gives you all these different like super abilities to use, and you sort of have to manage your cards and use them at whatever time you want to do. Yeah, I could see the Owlboy comparisons there, because like I can definitely see that. Um yeah, I could definitely see that. That was a good call out with Owlboy. All right. Yeah, but this is the Night Witch. It's for basically all major systems. Right now I'm playing it via the Xbox. You might see some little hitches every now and then, and that's probably because I'm like streaming it from my Xbox upstairs, the Xbox Series X that I have upstairs. I just didn't feel like moving it to my computer setup. Got him. Boom. Absolutely mowed him down with that super attack. All right. All right. I gotta be smarter about this. I keep going like full fledged into it and keep getting pelted by bullets. So maybe taking my time and being a little smarter about where I shoot and how I shoot. Boom. Got him. All right. Another thing I like about the game is this like you can kind of have this auto gun to where it shoots at the random enemies, or you can use the pointing mechanic to kind of like point and decide where you want to shoot. And then the different spells come into play to come into effect. Like let's say I place a Y right here, I can use different like it like shuffles the different card abilities that I have. So that's both like a good thing and a kind of a curse there. Yeah, it is it is a pretty cool concept. It's kind of a mixture, a hybrid between the shooter, the platformer, and kind of like that RPG kind of mechanics with the card building, and you'll see like the leveling up kind of system that it has. We kind of haven't gotten to that. Like I kind of haven't demoed that out yet, but like yeah, it's there's a lot of cool things going on with it. Oh man, absolutely love. Ah, but yeah, it's one of those things to where it does have some meat on its bones. So if you are looking to kind of like lower the difficulty, there isn't a difficulty bar here, but there is like what they call cheats here. So like on these cheats meters, you can kind of like use different cheats as you go through the game to kind of make the game easier or harder, so to speak. So I'm like the different ones right here. They have like a cheat kind of menu that comes with the game, and you can kind of enter in different cheats to kind of I'll reach out to the developer and see if it's digital only or if there's going to be a physical copy of the game. But like I know based on like the codes that I've gotten, I've only seen a digital version of the game, but I imagine they might do a physical copy. I would love to see an art book based like just because the game is so gorgeous. Ah, I'm messing around too much. But yeah. Ah, I can't believe I got hit by the boomerang aspect of it. Ah, that really sucks. But yeah, just to give you a little. So another cool thing I like about this game is if you see like the trail that's going upwards right here, it has a Ghost of Tsushima mechanic to where you basically don't get told like where to go via a map. You get told where to go by entering in like this magic fuse, and it sort of like guides you in which direction to go. So so if I go backwards, for instance, if I go here, it'll kind of tell me that I need to go upwards. So I'm always trying to figure out which way is up. But yeah, I'll have to reach out and ask about the oh yeah, and I forgot to mention just like Hades where it kind of has like the random modes to where like everything changes it does have like an ambush mechanic where like everything changes on a dime and you kind of have to like figure out. I don't actually know how to beat these guys with there we go. But yeah, it definitely has a ambush mechanic to where like everything changes on a dime and random enemy encounters will definitely come at you at all sorts of different parts. I'm not demoing this game as well as I should because I'm not like necessarily great at it, but it's a fun experience. Another thing that kind of stuck out about the Night Witch that I really enjoyed whenever I got the game for a review is that I really like the lore of this game. It has a very almost like Avatar: The Last Airbender like story that I kind of really got that you can kind of really get into. Yeah, you should definitely check this one out. I will reach out to the devs and I'll give you an answer via Discord about whether or not they have a physical copy. Let me see. Let me collect some of the blue gems. By the way, give you a up is basically the like the power ups that kind of allow you to. If you look in the corner over there, you'll see the two with the blue gems. It's what makes you like able to use your spell card abilities. So, for instance, if I go over here and I died, but like if I go down below, I can kind of use those spell card abilities right there below. But yeah, I haven't seen a game this beautiful probably since in a weird way, like it's not quite as gothic as Hollow Knight, but like it does kind of remind me of that Hollow Knight visuals mixed in with some other really cool like indie games with that kind of like hand drawn art style. Yeah, this is phenomenal looking. But yeah, we're at a tough point into the game, so I am going to show you some different spell card abilities here, and maybe that will kind of ease everything up. Yeah, it is a very talented dev studios. Really funny name, super awesome, mega hyperdimensional team is the team behind it. They're a team based in Spain. This is their fourth game, but I would say this is probably like the masterpiece of their collection, so to speak. And it's a game I think if more people kind of checked out, like this could be probably one of the better indie experiences that kind of went under the radar. Let's see. Here we go. Stunned them. There we go. Yeah. You can go a lot faster than I'm going, but you kind of have to be a little careful about what you're doing here because Yeah, bad things could happen if you go too fast, but let's see. What am I want to do? What do I want to do? All right, so there's him right there. Got him there. Let's see. RGT, sorry, I know this is different than the sim game you were asking about. I do have one of those like loaded up. I kind of forgot about it last minute on what game I was gonna like showcase today, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll get it loaded up, and then next thing you know, I was just like, oh, well, I forgot there's actual like I have to actually download the game. So I do have a sim game. I'll probably display tomorrow for the stream, and it'll probably be the highlighted game for sure. Um, let's see. Ah, yeah. Well, thank you, RGT. Yeah, this one is a definitely like a sleeper gem. I haven't played it on any other experience other than PC and Xbox, so I can't attest to like how it plays on some of the other platforms, but I know it plays really great on those. The Series X, it looks phenomenal. Like it plays phenomenal as well. But yeah, let me look that up real quick. The Night Witch. It's a good Steam Deck experience as well. But yeah, it's for the PS5, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Xbox Series X and S, and then the Switch. I bet that Switch port would probably be a really good avenue to go, but I can't really speak to it personally. But I know on handheld it looks really good on the Steam Deck. There we go. All right. This is the part I keep dying at, so. Ah! All right. I am going to. I still got a lot of health, so I'll do that. That'll give me an extra boost. Okay. I can't purchase two armors at once. All right. Let's duck out of that. Ah, I thought you could only shoot one at a time. That was my bad. Let's see. Got him. All right. Let's get out of the way of that. All right. By the way, everybody, don't forget there's a Xbox developer showcase that's happening today where Xbox is kind of going over the some four games that are coming out within Q1 through 4 like Q1 and 2 of this year. So maybe we'll get a deep dive into I think the games are Redfall, Forza Motorsport, not Horizon. Yeah, it's available now, RGT. You should be able to play it. It came out November I want to say right after Thanksgiving, but I think it was like November 28th or something of last year. So, you should be able to buy it now. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, that was my fault. Ah. But yeah, let's see. I think I'm gonna try a different strategy right now. I think I'm gonna try the speed running option and see how that gets me. Because right now going slow is not like working very well. So I'm gonna try to blast my way through. that speed running aspect is really working very well. I died at the exact same spot, so speed running really didn't do very much for me. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna try that again and see how that works out. All right, let's go. All right. Ah, just bought on PS5. All right, what's up, RGT? You're gonna have to tell me about your experience. Yeah, I think this is like a unsung gem of like 2022 to where like I feel like if more people would have played this at launch, just as many people would have been talking about this as they were talking about like games like Cult of the Lamb and such like that. It is such a good game. Anyways, I'm gonna do a couple more runs of it before I get on to the next game I'm gonna showcase, and I'm thinking I'm getting into some Rogue Legacy 2 action. I'm kind of feeling that one. I know I shot that one out quite a bit. It's either gonna be that one or I don't know. I got a couple of other indies in the bag here, so I'm not really sure which way to go. Oh no. Dang. I'm getting absolutely mollywopped there. But let's go. All right. All right. So doing this remotely right now. Let's go to my games and apps and let me see. I can do Halo Neighbor, which it's on Game Pass right now, but I'm trying to decide. It's between Potion Permit and Rogue Legacy 2 because both of those are really cool games that I think more people should try to check out. Potion Permit is a I'll do Potion Permit because RGT, you kind of asked about a sim game a little bit, and this is not quite like Harvestella. I'm not gonna put it quite on that pedestal, but it is a game sort of akin to more akin to that. It has Oh, okay. So you already have Potion Permit on the radar. But yeah, Potion Permit is like a really cool really cool simulator where you kind of mix in those Zelda elements and Tetris, weird oddly enough, because you kind of have to fit different squares into a certain like grid in order to like make different potions and those potions kind of heal the townspeople. It's a really dope game. Love the art style. I The combat and everything is really fun as well. Yeah, it might be a better game to stream as well, considering I'm not getting like my teeth kicked in all the time. Yeah, here's my dog. The game gives you a dog to play, just like my dog in real life. I named him Biscuit. But yeah, you kind of have to manage your materials really well. You can call your dog. You kind of have to feed him as well. You can give him a little pets. That's exactly what it is. It's like it is very much a cross between like Stardew, Eastward. It has a little bit of like I'll kind of show you like the old school kind of like Zelda vibes. It kind of gives off like as you're playing. Stardew, especially with like the time of day cycle, because it does have this. kind of it's been a while. Let me get the controls back under into play. All right, so remembering correctly here, you can switch between. So if you press RB and LB, you can switch between like different weapons or different like different tools, so to speak. The hammer allows you to kind of like crush the rocks and different surfaces around you. The sai kind of like allows you to like harvest the different plants and different things like that. And then the axe allows you to chop the trees and different things. And everything you harvest comes into play a little later, so to speak. So the animals and creatures included have, see, that slime kind of broke off into like different slimes, but like a lot of different creatures leave you different traits and different ingredients that you can later use in your potions to kind of heal up different people around you. You also have submissions in this game, which are really cool. The game has a map. It's quite an extensive map. This is the town I was just in a little bit ago, but like they have a snow biome that I haven't quite gotten to yet. They have a foresty biome. They have a desert area. If you go way over here, they kind of have like a beach kind of area that you can go to. You can, yeah, so I for sure get the comparisons of like Eastward and Stardew Valley because there's a lot going on in this game that has a lot of elements from those. But if I go down, for example, and use the Sai against a monster, well, dang, ain't nobody leaving me any like actual. There we go. So that monster gave me spores. Like, get back, Yogi. All right, so all right. All right, so the bear left me with the honey and the claw. Let's. So we also have like different different. We can go forest, like foraging in the forest for like different ingredients, or we can take on the different kind of like mini games and around the area, or you can do some of the side quests. There's a lot of different things you can do in here. As you can see, like you start getting into like a different mix of. There we go. As you see, you start to mix in the different things. The dog gets hungry, by the way, so if you don't like treat him right, he starts to lose like a little bit of that energy and a little bit of that luster. So always remember to feed the dog in this game. The dog, by the way, just like people have like that little meter that you saw just now, he kind of has a love meter, and as you build up, you sort of befriend him and other people in the town. All right, so teleporting back to town, you can kind of oh yeah, for sure. No lie, like RGT, like I can see you diving into this and getting lost in this just like you did with Harvestella. Like it is very much right up that kind of similar alley. So let's see. Really good game. Really good game to play on mobile platforms such as like the Switch and the Steam Deck as well. Absolutely looks really good on those consoles. But yeah, it doesn't play bad on Xbox at all. The load times are absolutely excellent. This is Town Hall. Yeah, so let's see. So people in the town can be like really mean to you, especially considering like they don't really trust and don't really trust your character right off the bat. They've had bad experiences with doctors and such in the past, and you being like the resident alchemist, you sort of kind of get all the blame for all the doctors previously. Absolutely adore the art style though. It's one of the things that's really stood out to me about this game is like all the characters have their own like distinct look and personalities. And since you're befriending a whole lot of people in the town, and always like it's important to me to have like that differential between like the way people look and the way people talk and the different mannerisms of like everybody. And I love that they kind of highlight that. Um so I need to talk to Meyer. Which one's Meyer again? All right, so the mayor just gave me another quest to do, but like I one thing I don't like about the game is, yeah, it does have a very eastward look. The one thing I don't like about the game is like sometimes like you kind of have to go back and talk to someone even though you were just talking with them to like fulfill like different quests. So like one of the things he was talking to me just now was like about some of the main quests going on in the game, and this one to like fulfill like a side quest, I kind of have to talk to him all over again and enter in another talk chat whenever I feel like you almost could combine both those elements, but I digress. It's just a nitpick. Let's see. All right. So, all right. So, yeah. It's a really cool game though. I kind of want to I don't want anyone to get sick, of course, but I kind of wanted someone to kind of like fall ill so I could kind of show you the healing mechanics in this game, so you can kind of get that vibe. What I mean by like when I say it's kind of like Tetrisy. All right, all right. So this is a little story centric, and I don't want you to kind of like be spoiled by all the story stuff going on. So I'm just going to, okay. So I can craft the iris vial. Let's see. Another thing that I really like about this game, and you'll kind of see elements of it in a second. By the way, this is another one of the townspeople. Like, if I talk to him, I can kind of just talk to him a little bit. Just see, all you have to do is just talk to one person a day, and you can kind of like, or talk to them one time a day, and you can kind of like build up your relationship with them. All right, I believe my house is down here a little bit. And another aspect I like about the game is like the potions that I don't use, I can just throw it in here and kind of like sell it to the neighboring town and get money from that. But let's see. Here we go. So the iris vial, you see how it kind of has like the shadows. I have to fill in each one of those shadows. For example, so like I have like right here, I have already have this taken care of. Then I sort of have to kind of like Tetris my way into figuring out the rest of the puzzle. And if you look at below, you can see the permitted ingredients. Like everything gets a little harder, like the red, blue, green, and brown. Like there are some things to where it will only let you use like three of those instead of like all four. So this is kind of like an easier potion, so to speak. But if you look at the the green bar, the green little bubbles on the side, you also can see like there is two of them right there. So I only have like five slots that I can use in order to fill in this whole thing. So I kind of have to be very meticulous on which ones I can choose to kind of like fill out the whole puzzle, so to speak. So if I want, yeah, it adds a really cool like puzzle environment to everything going on. So if I want to do like this for like so to speak, and kind of because I have like 22 of them, I'm like I gotta pick and choose kind of really carefully on which one I want to use. So I can do that. Now I only have two spaces left, so I kind of have to think about what two spaces kind of fit in with that, or should I go out and hunt more ingredients to kind of like fill in these other blanks, because the ingredients that you hunt also like make the Tetris shapes that you later use in your potions. So, for instance, if I do like that, I can maybe fill out the I think I have a shape that'll fill this out. Let's see. Um yeah, right there. So I was able to use all four colors, by the way. Not that it matters. You can use like all browns if you have the pieces to do that. But yeah, start brewing a little bit. I don't have to do anything after solving the puzzle, and I have the iris vial. So there's that. And each one of them cures like different ailments as well. So say like tomorrow I wake up on that day cycle and someone like reports that they're ill. This is like the hospital. And I know it's a shabby ass looking hospital right now, but one of the cool game mechanics of this game is that you can kind of you level up your equipment and your house and all sorts of different things to kind of like boost up the environment around you. So if I go back in here, I can look through some of the different things I find throughout the game, but I also can like research different things. I can also decorate in different areas. So I'm like, I can choose like if I want to add a shabby ass looking couch in my house, I can. And there's a shop in town that'll kind of like let you buy different decorations and decor in the town, and that'll kind of like boost up the environment, so to speak, or that'll boost up your living arrangements. It's purely cosmetic, and really like your house part doesn't really do anything. You can upgrade like as you upgrade in the game, you can upgrade your cauldron and different things like that, and that actually does stuff. But another okay, so the blacksmith is at home, but like I can also talk to the blacksmith, develop a relationship with him or her, and then I can kind of like dive deeper into some other elements into the game because I have a better relationship with them. In a lot of ways, it has like a little bit of persona vibes into it as well, because like as you build these relationships, like they tend to help you later on in the game. Is this the mayor's house? I think this is the mayor's house. Yeah. Let's see. Hello there, Sebastian. Do come in. All right. So another thing is like as you develop relationships with people, like I healed her, so she's offering me these cookies right now. But she's probably gonna send me on a fetch quest to get this red like sugar, so to speak. Oh, RGT, I know you could. This is the crazy thing about it is like you can finish this game, probably mainline this game in around that 18-hour mark. So it's a little lighter than Harvestella as far as the main quest goes, but like if you really want to get into like some of the side quests and like some of the side quests, or like really start to like develop relationships with people, if you want to upgrade like your environments or like the areas around you, if you want to like see how your dog, like you can build that relationship up with your dog, there's so many different avenues you can do in this game. And this is that building I was in earlier, town hall. It's locked right now, and that's another cool thing about this game. Like it is a living and breathing town. Like as it only like certain places only open up on certain days. Doesn't mean you don't get to like see those characters in that certain area. Like this, for instance, is one of the shopkeepers right there. Like I can talk to her outside of the shop as she's just walking around. The lady that we just saw, who just gave me a cookie, like she just walked past me, like right there. She has errands that she does. Like she completely has a life outside of just the regular NPC thing of just waiting in her house, waiting for me to talk to her. Like the mayor, town hall is closed, but I can very well find very well find the mayor still at at the local tavern because like he might go on to the tavern like on Saturday nights and just talk to people in the town. I love like here's some of the different these are some of the enforcers or the local guards here. And they completely see what I mean? I think that's the mayor like right over there in that table to the left. He's outside of town hall right now and he's just completely chilling, doing his own thing, just this what's really impressive is also like Osmond, this guy that I'm talking to right now. Like when I first moved into this town, wouldn't give me the time of day for jack shit. Like absolutely wouldn't talk to me very much. But like I built that relationship with him, like, and now he's inviting me to the table, and now he's like talking to me, and I I love that everybody in this game feels like they have personality and actually have like things that make them them. So I'm like, for some, like it could lead to a quest, or this could just lead to me and him just sitting around for a pint and just like talking to each other, and I can learn like, hey, this guy has like been in a relationship for a really long time, or like, but he's having relationship problems now, or like I can learn about like this old lady that dreamed of going into the forest, or and just never had the courage to, and I can kind of like encourage her. I'm so sorry, RGT. I'm like, your wallet's probably like, oh man, that kind of sucks. I hate that. Dang. All right. So like I was telling you earlier, I built his bar all the way up a little bit, and now he's like trusting me with a major quest accordingly. But like I can talk to her, and she's I think one of the shopkeepers over there who like runs one of the like diners up top. But so there I'm gonna say this, RGG. Like, I wait until you finish Harvestella and then make this like the next Harvestella in your life, though, because I'm like, it is so good. It really is. I think I I don't necessarily know if I 1v1 could compare both of them and say which one would like be on top as far as like the better life sim, but they're kind of different in a lot of different ways, but like there are so many nuances from Harvestilla that I think you would like in this game, and vice versa. But like Meyer, the mayor I was telling you about earlier, like he was in City Hall, and then he went to go have a drink, and then like later on on Saturday nights he feeds the ducks in the local town, and I think it's just that cool aspect of like I don't necessarily know where these people are because these people are living their own lives in this game, and I like that. I absolutely adore that trait. I think that's right up your alley. Like this is the perfect Switch game. Absolutely the perfect Switch game. But yeah, that quest that I did, the qu- the quest that I did just a little bit ago, the one that where I kind of like made that ingredients using the Tetris mechanic, like fixed an area in the forest, and because like I fixed the area using a potion that I made, I'm now able to explore that area and I'm able to harvest different things about that area. Yeah, so I don't want to spoil into this story for you, so I'm gonna skip that aspect of it. But all right, so all right, you also have to like when you're out in the forest, you have to be mindful of that blue bar underneath like the green bar because like that blue bar is your stamina for the day. If you get too tired, you'll pass out. You'll eventually wake up into your like wake up at your house and not know how you got there. I'm assuming like maybe story centric wise, like one of the townspeople looks out for you, or maybe the forest ranger finds you and brings you back to your house. But like that's a thing in this game as well. You kind of have to watch out for your stamina. These are, as you saw earlier, you can use these to kind of like teleport into major points in the map, whether it be like you can teleport to a crucial area in the forest where you know like you can find a certain ingredient, or you can use those to like teleport right beside your house. So if you do have low stamina, you can sort of get back to that and make it back home. Yeah. And you do have a health bar, by the way. These things do come for your blood, so to speak. It's not necessarily as hard as like the night which I showed you earlier, but you do kind of have like a there is that aspect of like if you mess up, these things will try to kill you. But yeah, I can't wait to see I can't wait to see RGT how you feel about this game after you finish Harvest, because like I feel like this is a game you're gonna get completely lost in, and like the nuances and the little details about this game are like that avenue that kind of like is gonna make you want to play this just as much as you played Harvestella. I'm almost curious because like I have a feeling if you actually play this, this is gonna be on your game of the year list for next year. For this coming up year at the end of the year. Let's see. Boom. All right. So I got to defeat 5 of those bear claws. And if you see that mini map up top, you can kind of see that there are it gives you like directional guidance on which way to go to like get to your next destination or to beat that main quest. But yeah, I love this game. I don't necessarily think it's like a game of like the generation type of deal, but I feel like if you do like games like this, especially that life sim, this is one of those that I think you would dive into head first. All right. But yeah, I love the fact that it's a little mixture of everything. If you want that life simulation kind of vibe, it has that. If you want to like get your hands dirty and like start fighting creatures around you, there's creatures to contend with. I like the that it has that puzzle mechanic like I mentioned earlier that you can kind of like suss out the different Tetris like puzzles to solve. It's it is that perfect blend of like everything. It does everything extremely well. Now, does it do everything perfect? No. There are some faults here and there. Like I don't necessarily know if the story is just going to drive every gamer to it or like really encapture every gamer, but I think the story is like serviceable enough that if you like a little mystery but like really like some stories with some heart into it, then I think you'll like this. Yeah. Let me So I have another potion that I can try out. Um, let's see. It says sweet crystals. I cannot use any blue though. So I'm like, again, this is where that challenge comes into play. I get 4 attempts, but I can't use any blue. And unfortunately, like blue would be really useful right now. So I'm like, I kind of have to figure out what that looks like without using any of the blue there. So the puzzles are good enough to where if you like puzzles in games, it's easy. It's like it's enough of a challenge that it'll kind of like draw you in. For instance, I can since to solve this, I can do that and then hit that, hit that, and hit that. However, you might have some ingredients that are totally different than what I just used, and you can kind of you can do it your own way. And if you want, you can just go out and and like forage ingredients and such like that, and then bring it back, make your potion, and then sell it for this price right here. Oh yeah, the potion making mechanic is absolutely stellar. Like it it adds that little twist just enough to keep you like from everything from feeling monotonous. All right, so if you did you hear that alert just now? That alert lets me know that there's someone sick. All right, so and of course, like you can also get promoted as well. So like there are elements about the game to where as you develop your character and learn about different like recipes and such like that, they'll give you like little tests and such. And once you complete that test or like solve a disease and such like that, you'll be able to upgrade your like levels and status. So like I right now, like let's say I'm an intermediate alchemist. Like I can like get that test that he gave me right there, and I can like figure out that test, solve the ailment and such like that, and then I can become an advanced alchemist. But that bell rung right there. So all right, so she says her left upper arm feels weird. So there are mini games right here where it's basically a timed game right there. So you kind of have to you kind of have to like do a rhythm based time game right here to kind of like figure out the ailment. You don't have to get it absolutely perfect. You just have to like fill in that bar enough to get past that yellow line. And once you get past that yellow line or that orange line, you can kind of you figure out like okay, that's what's ailing this part of the body. And let's see, the wound cleaner. So I don't have one of those potions on stock, so I have to go out and make one of those. Now I figured out what's ailing that arm, and now I can figure out what's ailing this one. All right, let's go down, 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 that, and then boom, 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 boom. Like I was saying earlier, though, there's so many little mini games in this game to kind of like keep things from feeling monotonous, and I really enjoy that element of it. Like, if you're not a fan of like random mini games, you're not going to be a fan of this game. But if you do like that sort of like those mini games that kind of breaks up just the tried and true formula of the game, then this game's going to be right up your alley. Like, I don't necessarily know if I have all the ingredients to make. Like, I don't necessarily know if I also have all the ingredients to make this potions, so to speak. So I can see if I do, and then if I don't, I can go back and just start foraging a little bit. So that one's obviously not going to fit. I can do that, but then I kind of like have to kind of piecemeal everything together. Or maybe I can do this. I got 21 of these, might as well use one right there, and then kind of figure everything out after that. Do I have I got that one. I need to be in the opposite direction. So I got 20 of these. That's perfect. All right, throw that in there. Yeah, I think yeah, this is an absolute gem. By the way, you can like where it's saying right there, the wound cleaner, you can hit okay, or you can craft it one more time and unlock it to where you don't have to go through the monotony of doing like the puzzle all over again. You can kind of like it'll kind of auto do it if you have all the ingredients for it. Like instead of using that, I can use this right here. That is if you aren't okay with like see, I can add it to my recipe now and it automatically knows how to do it. So there are also like the lumps here that I can oh damn, that's a bigger puzzle. All right. So when it's grayed out like that, that means like this is the Tetris shape for it as well. And I have to go out and get that ingredient from like that makes that specific, or I have to go forward for that specific ingredient to make that shape if I want to use that particular shape in my puzzle. Like, let's see. If I, all right. Okay, so I got six of these, so I can use that, and I can use one of these, and I can brew that up together, and voila, violet mist. Okay, so I don't want to use all my ingredients to unlock it. I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to. All right, let's go ahead and solve everything right here. So administer the cure right there. His satisfaction went up, and then administer the cure right here. Satisfaction all the way up. Absolutely cured him. So I've had enough of all your potions, but well, thanks for helping me out. And that's the whole thing about it. Like you sort of have to earn the trust of all the townspeople because like they're not trusting of doctors and for sure not alchemists. So you kind of have to earn their trust slowly but surely and win over the townspeople. Um, and the great thing about it is like I on my podcast, the single player experience, I always have a segment at the end of every episode where I give video game recommendations on where I think this should fit in your backlog. I basically say, hey, this should be in your primary game slot, meaning this is the game you should focus on, like this because it has such a hard narrative, or because like game mechanic is so complex, it's kind of hard to juggle this and a couple of other games all at the same time. Or this should go in your chill and relax spot. This is for sure a chill and relax game. It could be your primary game if like that's the type of gamer you are, but I feel like this is that perfect chill and relax game to where like if you just want to knock out like an hour or maybe even 30 minutes of a game to kind of like sit back and relax to, this is the game to do it. It has a lot of like small nuances, and if you want to run like a couple of quick errands, this game is great for that. So let's talk to her. Let's turn in our quest. She wanted the sweet crystals for like the cookies the cookies from earlier. You can turn in that quest line. And then afterwards, like these people will do different things for you or introduce you to like different mechanics in the game. So here, all right. So here, it was just a simple fetch quest to basically get cookies, so to speak, to make a better cookie ingredient. But like, I know this isn't quite like showcasing some of the like the upgrades that you can get via the story, but like you also get a new recipe to try like through your alchemy level and like your friendship level with that person increased. And by the way, like as a thanks for like doing these side quests or different things like that, I are healing people. I also get one of the towns. I also get gifts that I can give to people. One of the best gifts that like most people get is this thing called like these moon glives. These are the things that basically allow you to like really level up your relationship with a person because everybody in this town loves them. It's almost like diamonds in real life, like diamonds are girls' best friend, sort of like that cliche. Like everybody in this town loves these things. So let's say I go to her, for instance. I'm like meeting her for the first time. I can give her a gift, and that gift will take our relationship all the way up to like halfway. Like, and then that it makes it that much easier to like level up my relationship with her. So while fetch quests can be like useless in most games, this game it kind of has a purpose because like you also get to level up your relationship with the person you completed the fetch quest for, but you also like get these rocks that allow you to like almost like raise up a lot of the friendships that you have with other people in the town. Speaking of relationships, the dog is getting a little tired. Let me kind of pet him out a little bit, and then he's still a little hungry right here, so I'll feed him one of the mushrooms I foraged earlier. He really enjoys mushrooms, and boom, yeah. So you the game is about just being your best you, keeping yourself like making yourself the best possible chemist that you could possibly or alchemist you could possibly be, all the while kind of like helping the town people out and like doing different things around the town. So really cool game. I think you should definitely check it out, especially if you're into like simulation games, if you're into games that are very similar to like Stardew. It has a little bit of the Zelda elements when you're kind of like playing everything. If you like the games kind of like Eastward, it kind of has that kind of mechanic. It's kind of like a potion version of like Moonlighters, so to speak, which is amazing roguelike game if you haven't played that. Might need to highlight that one in the future. More people need to play that game. But like, yeah, a really dope game. So yeah, I definitely think you should check this one out. Put this one on your radar if you haven't already. So let's see. All right. So let's look at the map. So, like I said earlier, you got a lot of things to do. It gives you foraging spots for like all the ingredients that you found earlier. If you found them, it registers where to find those ingredients. Another thing that I really like about this game is it's like in the map, like the pack right here, it'll tell you which like kind of Tetris ingredient, like that kind of like Tetris shape that ingredient makes. So if you want to like find more of different things, you can actually go look for it. These are key items that you can use to just kind of like do key quests. The game is well thought out. Like also in like the start menu, you can like see how much you've leveled up your relationships with different people. Oh yeah, they also have romanceable characters, so to speak. So if you're into the dating NPC characters and really forging like really good relationships with people, then this is a game you should definitely check out. It's not the relationships I've seen haven't quite been up to the level of like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, but it does have some like learning about people factors into it. So you can also change out your different quests here as well. Another thing, like you can instead of having to go to the start menu to do such, you can change your quest out on a whim just by moving the directional buttons on the D-pad. But going back to that start menu, you can kind of see like some of the ingredients I've like or some of the recipes I know by heart and have learned. Like I don't even have to look at like any of the books to like manage. Let's see. You can see where to find different things like that. You can see some of the creatures. You have an encyclopedia about them. It kind of like the game kind of gives you a every mechanic. The game gives you a tutorial like that you can later go back to, which is really dope. You can change the settings, of course. RGT, man, you had 3 kids and started. That's amazing. Yeah, so like, yeah, you completely get it. It's very much if you're missing a game like Stardew Valley, or if if you want to like scratch that itch and need a new game to play, this game is it. Like, it has almost a little bit of everything. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this one to check this one out. It's a really cool game. It doesn't really cost very much. I think it's like 20 right now on most on most platforms. You can always catch it for a sale. Again, full disclosure, I got the game for review from the developer, but yeah, so take what I say with a grain of salt, based on that information. But I really enjoy the game. I think it's a well thought out concept. I think it does everything it's planning to do right. If you want more in depth thoughts on the game, you can go to the pronerdreport.com, where I have my written reviews out. It's my written blog, very similar to like what you would see at like game reviews for IGN and such like that. But let's see here. Yeah, I was gonna show y'all something else, but I can't quite remember what it was. But yeah, it's just a cute game. Before we go though, I want your opinion on something like that. Really quick. Let's go to games. Let's see. Windbounds, Cult of the Lamb. Um, let's go to. All right, here's what I was thinking. Here's what I want your opinion on. I'm thinking of what game to stream next and for tomorrow. And here's kind of what I was thinking about doing. I have a little game I like to call Tortuga. It's a pirate's tale. This is a pirate sim game. I'm thinking about doing that one tomorrow. Not really sure. Let me add it to the chat box here so y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about here. All right, so Tortuga, A Pirate's Tale is one I was thinking about. Little Gator Game. Shout out to Little Gator Game. It's another one I was thinking about streaming tomorrow. It's very much like a cutesy version of Breath of the Wild, so to speak. I really enjoy that one. Let's see. It's not quite. Don't get me wrong. It's not quite to the pedigree and the like the level of Breath of the Wild. I'm not trying to like boost it up like that, but like it is a fun game. Should I do a little Rogue Legacy 2 action tomorrow to where I can dive into that? Let me update it right quick. Should I do a little Rogue Legacy 2 action tomorrow? I always love shouting that game out because I think it is such an underrated game. Let's see, what's another one I have that y'all probably haven't heard of. Let's see. There's a fighting game called The Breakers Collection, which is kind of like a retro style fighting game. I think I have that one in my back pocket to show off. Um Midnight Dash is another one I have in my pocket to show off. It is let me post that one really quick. Midnight Dash is another one I have in my back pocket to show off for tomorrow. It is reading out the description. The game tells you a story about Sean, who gets lost from home and tries to find his way back. While trying to find a way back, Sean meets a magical light source called Piyu, who agrees to help you, but under one condition. You help him to find something that he had lost. Help Piyu and Sean reach their goals in this difficult adventure. This is a extensive single player RPG with lots of cool characters and difficult levels. the game of a hardcore platforming challenge with amazing secrets. It's a game that is, I'll be real with you, it has some brutal elements to it, but it's an indie game, it's a platformer. It kind of reminds me a little bit of some of what we really liked in Mario growing up. Um, Mario growing up, but with a little bit of a challenge. The art style kind of reminds me a little bit of Celeste. So, I mean, take that for what you will. I'm not the greatest at platformers, so you know your bro is going to be struggling throughout that stream, but I always like showcasing indies, and that's kind of what I like to do with my platform. So, yeah, we got that one, and then let's see. There's Dance of Death is another one to really shout out and showcase tomorrow. But yeah, RGT says Tortuga sounds good. Oh, okay. I can do Tortuga. That's a easy game to. Well, I don't know if it's easy. I we're gonna be playing it to get together tomorrow for the first time, so I will definitely queue that one up, get that one ready for y'all, and see what's popping off. In the meanwhile, thank y'all so much for watching the stream. If you They also awesome, but Midnight Dash and Tortuga sounds good, says RGT. That's good to know. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the stream. It means a lot to have your support. I am going to be streaming same time, same place tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. But in the meanwhile, I want you to check out the Single Player Experience podcast. Today we have on our episode that just released today, we met with Matt Hatchett. He is the author of a really cool book called How to Create Video Games by Yourself. It is a dope a book, and we really go into depth on like some of his background on how he created like some indie games that he's been a part of. He also talks about like the book. We also talk about some single player games that he and I recommend to you. So definitely check out the Single Player Experience podcast. In the meanwhile, thank you so much for checking out the stream. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, RGT, for all your support and for supporting your boy. Go check out the UCP podcast as well, the Unofficial Controller podcast. Really talented group of guys there. I'm not saying it just because I'm one of them, but like really talented group of guys. They have a lot of heart. They have a lot of knowledge about video games, both retro and modern. So check that podcast out as well. In the meanwhile, I've been Sebastion SPE. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.